It's a great day to all my amazing CEOs. Today, I want to share something very special with you. It's really near and dear to my heart. It comes from my heart, and it's really a way of life. And it's this whole concept that selling equals service. In fact, let me say it again. Selling equals service. Selling in its truest sense is really all about serving other people. Now, it's not about trying to trick someone or convince someone or persuade someone to do something that they don't want to do. Instead, it's about three important things. And we're going to dive into those three important things in just a moment. I can't wait to tell you about those three important things. And I promise you, as a CEO with a deeper level understanding, or maybe this becomes top of mind to you, it will shift not only your whole business, not only your whole sales team, but it'll make a huge difference in your profits as well. Doesn't that sound good? So let me step back first and welcome you to the CEO Sales Huddle. For those who tune in every morning at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, we're really, really glad to have you. And for those folks that are new, welcome aboard. Let me just share the objective and why people show up every single day as a CEO. 15 minutes a day is to assess their daily sales activities, address any roadblocks, and understand the 5 sales pillars to earn $100,000 a day so they can impact lives and create a greater freedom for themselves. So with the $100,000, with the money you bring in, you can have more meaning in the world and contribute to the causes that you believe in. So first, I want to dive in a quick overview so you kind of understand what it is. You know why it's here. So let me give you the what, if you would. What CEO Sales Huddle is a place to understand how to sell more faster. So this is not like a training. It's for CEOs who every single day have to look at one indicator in their business in the beginning of the day, and that is sales. We'll get into that in just a moment. Number 2, it's about 3 things. These are the 3 takeaways. This is why I want you to be here with me and with all the other amazing CEOs. It's about sales. Put that in your notes if you're taking notes. It's about sales. It's about accountability, and it's about consistency. Let me say that again. You might want to write that down. Matter of fact, jot that down in your notes right now. It's about sales. It's about accountability. It's about consistency. So we do this 15 minutes a day. We do this broadcast. If you can't join in live, it's okay. It's okay. Go back and watch the replay. Okay. And take this message as you're listening and pay it forward to another CEO. Pay it forward to someone else that's out there that's making a huge difference in the world. I promise you, together we'll change lives. What's our number one outcome? Who's this for? It's for coaches, entrepreneurs, consultants, small business owners. So it's the person out there that is generating revenue and making a difference in the world. And last but not least, what's the outcome? Why are you here? What's the result we're looking for? You're a CEO. I get it. I understand it. It's about $100,000 a month of consistent, predictable, reliable income. So it's about $100,000 plus every single month of consistent, predictable, reliable income. And there is no barrier for you being here. The only commitment from you is 15 minutes a day. That's your only commitment. So there is no barrier. There is no reason there won't be success. All you have to do is listen in 15 minutes a day. And I believe if you do 15 minutes a day for 1 full year, that's 100 hours, right? So that'll make you an expert. According to some of the gurus out there, you'd have 100 hours in any particular area. You can become an expert. That's what the gurus say, and it's possible for you as well. So let's dive into the first segment that I love to do before we get into our learn, earn, and return segment. When I'm talking about selling equals service, you don't want to miss that. That's something for yourself. If you're the number one salesperson or the only salesperson, or you are that person in your department, but it's also great for your team. Some of you have teams. I get that. So let's talk about the CEO Sales Dashboard. We call it Metrics Review. Now, this is a segment we're going to do every day, maybe take about 60 seconds, no more, no less. And the CEO Sales Dashboard is something that we're going to be giving you. It's going to be our gift. If you haven't received the CEO Sales Dashboard, it's because we're working on it. But you're like, Shay, I want it. I want to have this metrics I can pull up every single day, a simple Excel sheet, and I look at the key indicators in my business: leads, appointments, offers, deals, and repeat clients. Let me talk about that again. We call it repeat business, by the way. But it's leads, appointments, offers, deals, and repeat clients. Those are clients who are generating more revenue in the business. There's several indicators underneath there. But here's something that we know to be true. Jot this in your notes if you're taking notes. What gets measured gets managed. So you're here when you show up as a CEO just to get a deeper understanding of the 5 sales pillars. And one of them is sales indicators. Sales indicators is what's on your dashboard, what drives the business, what drives sales. And you know sales is important or you wouldn't be here. But I will say this as a reminder, it's one of our personal mantras, and I believe it's so true, is that selling is the oxygen for any great business in history. There has never been a successful business ever, never, ever that didn't have sales coming in. Think about that for a moment. So let's go and do 2 things before we do our learn, earn, and return. I'll tell you about that. Something I got from my good friend, Dr. George C. Frazier, that made a huge difference in my life 5 years ago. But let's talk about first celebrating wins. So I want you to step back right now. And I want you to do a review of yesterday. Today's like Tuesday transformation. We'll get into that stuff later. But take a look at yesterday. What are you most proud of yesterday? Like you go back and look at it from a sales perspective, just from a sales lens, what are you most proud of? Did you make a phone call to someone that you didn't know? Did you send an email off to collaborate with another CEO? Did you have a meeting with your team, or you as the salesperson, did you implement the idea that we shared yesterday? If you didn't get yesterday's episode, you can go over, get yesterday's episode, go over to ceosaleshuddle.com. You can get yesterday's episode. But what are you most proud of? Number 2, what is another win that you had yesterday where you took a step? Maybe you showed up for here. If you showed up for here, check the box. And I showed up for the CEO Sales Huddle. That's a win. I went back and watched the replay, Shay. That's a win. We want to accomplish that. This is not a beat me up session. This is not like a sales meeting where you got to come here and you got to say, what did I do and what didn't I do? But I want to be your accountability partner. I told you that I'm your accountability CEO. So do me a favor. Send me a DM right now. Just you can go over to Instagram. That's my jam, or LinkedIn if you're on LinkedIn. And just do me a DM. Send me a message. Shay, I'm most proud of blank. Shay, my biggest accomplishment yesterday was blank. Go ahead. Maybe no one acknowledged you for it. Maybe they didn't. For me, it was just showing up yesterday. I didn't think I had this thing perfect. I didn't think it was wired, but it was in my heart and I wanted to do it. And I showed up. And isn't part of life just showing up? Now, second, we're going to go into another segment called What Are Some Roadblocks? What are some roadblocks that are out there that are holding you back from making the sales? What was your biggest roadblock yesterday? For me, I just didn't stay on track. I mean, I could have some successes, but yesterday I got totally off track and dealing with 2 individuals, and it wasn't really dealing with them. It was helping 2 colleagues, and we want to do that. But I think I spent like 2 hours, and we had an hour conversation, then we got back again an hour later. And it didn't stop me from selling, but it was a roadblock for me. I'll say that. And then secondly, I didn't drink as much water as I normally drink. Now, that might not be important to many of you, but when I don't drink my water and I don't eat the right foods, my energy level just isn't where I want it to be. And I don't do any caffeine. I don't drink any coffee, none of that. And I could feel that, not so much that anyone could tell when they were talking to me, but I could feel it in my creativity and my thought process and my writing. It was just a little bit sluggish. So today, I'm committed to not a gallon, but I'll get 96 ounces in today. I have my water bottles right here. I even put it on my timer. I have what's called the water log. And the water log reminds me to drink my water every hour. So anyway, that's a roadblock. You don't care about me. I'm not going to do this every episode. But I want you to step back and do a review. It's what all successful people do. All successful people, they slow down sometimes to speed up. They look at what's working and what's not working. It doesn't mean you're going to shift because something didn't work yesterday. This is not a day-to-day grind. We understand how an elephant is eaten. An elephant is eaten one bite at a time. We all respect that. I understand that. But we have to look at what's working and then be prepared for today. And that's why this is at 8 a.m. in the morning. As a CEO, you've got a lot of responsibilities and you've got to handle them all. And some of you are like myself. Some of you are caregivers. I'm a caregiver for Mother Dear. Some of you are caregivers for family. Some of you have caregivers for children. So you have other responsibilities. I respect that. I acknowledge that. I thank you for being here. I know your time is very valuable. And I know in my heart, you can always make more money, but you can't make more time. So you're giving us the most precious resource you have right now, which is your time. So I thank you from the bottom of my heart, and we're going to make this worth it. Okay, so we've already did the metrics. That's the CEO Sales Dashboard Review. Hopefully, we've already done Celebrate Wins. We've already done Overcome Roadblocks, and now we get to the heart of it. And at the heart of it is one of my favorite segments right now, which is called Learn, earn, and return. Now I got this from Dr. George C. Frazier, a power networking conference, and it was one of his themes. And when I heard it, I said to myself, wow, we're always learning. And then I guess if the question is asked, when do you stop learning? Like if I ask that question right now, it's a very rhetorical question. When do you stop learning? The obvious answer is we never stop learning, right? So I'm sitting down there and I'm in Dallas, Texas, and I'm hearing him talk about learn, earn, and return. And it got embedded in me. And I said, well, I've got to learn. But the second part was more important. After I learn, I've got to earn. I've got to make the money. And the only way to make money in business is only one way that I know to make money as a CEO, and that is through sales. I mean, I guess you could step back, and maybe you can go borrow the money and you could pay it back, but that's a loan. So you still got to have money. I guess you could get an angel investor. There's some folks out there, they're really good. That's not my jam, of people giving them millions and millions of dollars, and they don't have a product, they don't have a service, and they just get the money coming in. That's not what this is about. The only other way I know to make money in the business is to sell, is to solve a problem, is to serve someone else. So I heard learn, but what really got my attention was earn. Shay, I can't help other folks. I can't make a bigger difference if I can't take care of myself. So we got learn, earn, and then last part is return. That's when you go back and you contribute. And this is my big give back. It's from the heart. You're at the CEO Sales Huddle. I'm doing this to help every one of the CEOs out there not only be able to earn, but to be able to return the money to the causes they believe in, to take care of the resources they need for the people that they were called to serve, and to live the life that they deserve. While money is not everything, I believe cash flow will solve any business problem. In fact, before we get into selling your service, if you close your eyes for a moment, just close your eyes for a moment, and you think about it, if you had an extra $100,000 per month going into your bank account over and beyond whatever you're earning today, $100,000, how would your life be different? What would you do with the money? Maybe it's $5,000. Maybe for some of you it's $10,000. But I'm just going to say $100,000. That's our goal. That's how we show up. And this is income going into your bank account. Pay off your student loans. Maybe send your kids to a school of their choice. Maybe you would change zip codes. You would buy the house you've always wanted and build it from the ground up. Maybe you would pay off your parents' mortgage. Maybe you would take care of someone else's health care insurance. One of my good friends is taking care of someone who's living with them right now, and it feels good for them to be able to open up their home, and the person standing with a child don't have to worry about anything at all. Food is taken care of. Transportation is taken care of while they get back on their feet. What would you do with the money? Well, that's the number one reason we show up. That's what it's all about. So we're going to go to this segment now called Learn, Earn, and Return. So selling equals service. And selling really at its truest sense is about serving others. It's about not trying to trick or convince or have someone do something against their will. So it's not like sometimes when I'm training and I'm live, I'll ask people, when you think of a salesperson, what do you think of? And someone normally always says, a liar. And then someone else will say, someone is trying to get you to do something they don't want to do. That's not what selling is. Someone else will say, a used car salesman. When I hear that, I think of, a guy sitting there on the side of a Cadillac, right, with purple pants on, a yellow hat, maybe it's a feathered hat, right, and some green shoes, trying to convince you to do something you don't want to do. And no offense to Cadillacs. I love Cadillacs. I should have said cars, by the way. But no, selling really equals service. And selling is about three things. Jot these three things down in your notes. This is on our Learn, Earn, and Return. I want you to have this in your notes. First, selling equals education. So put that down in your notes. Selling equals education. It's about sharing with people that there's a problem. So selling is like being a teacher. We educate and we share knowledge. We look around and find problems in the world that exist, problems that need solving, and then we discover these problems, we share them with others. It's like saying, hey, there's something here that needs fixing. So I believe that you as a CEO, your organization, your company, whether you're the number one salesperson or the only salesperson, or you have a full sales team, your company exists for one reason only, and that is to solve some problems. So our number one job in selling is to get out and educate people that we've discovered that there's these problems that exist. And that's number one. So selling is about education. Number two, put this in your notes, jot this in your notes, and you'll get copies of the notes. Those folks that registered for CEO Sales Huddle, you'll get copies of the notes. Don't worry, we'll send those to you. But second, selling is about leading. So once we've educated them, we become leaders. We show the path to solving those problems. We don't just point out what's wrong, we share how to make it right. And it's like being a guide on this journey, leading others towards the path we want. And this is something that I didn't get when I first started. When I first started for many, many years, I was taught something different. I was taught selling is about the numbers. Selling is about making someone buy something. Selling is about fall up till they buy or die. That's what I was taught. No. It's a paradigm shift. I'm part of the Puff Daddy generation. I've got my AARP card. I've got remix versions on everything. And so I believe that selling is about service. So I believe selling is about education. We ain't got to convince anyone. Selling is about leading. I can be a freaking leader in this world and let people know that I can solve these problems. And number three, put this in your notes. Selling is about moving people to action. Now, if you're getting some value out of this, do me a favor, drop a note below. Just drop a note below. If you're listening to the podcast, go over to the podcast thing and make a note right now. But selling is about action. Selling is about moving people to action. It's about inspiring people to take steps towards making things better. So when we serve, we move people to do something good for them or for what they represent. It's like saying, let's make a change. Let's make it together. And so when you show up for CEO Sales Huddle, I'm asking you to take some action. Yes, I want you to look at your CEO Sales dashboard every day, and we're going to provide that to you. No cost, no credit card, no strings, nothing attached. But number two, when you show up, I want you to be able to do a review every day of what's working. And then I also want you to understand the 5 pillars, because I understand as a CEO, most CEOs, put this in your notes, most CEOs did not come from a sales background or have any formal sales training. Maybe that's you as you're listening right now. And you're saying to yourself, no, I haven't. I mean, I come from the hard share. I speak and I work. But if I can adopt this philosophy, if I can adopt this mindset, this selling is about service, and now, yes, there's a lot of technical pieces to it, but at the heart of it, if all I have to do is say, I've identified a problem, I can share as a leader how I solve the problem. So as a teacher, I'm teaching them there's a problem, but then I'm sharing as a leader how I solve that problem. And then I'm going to ask them, would you like to take action and move forward? Here's a mantra that I hold near and dear to my heart. It's very near and dear to me. It's come from trials and errors and doing things the wrong way. But I want you to hear me, and I want you to listen like you never listened before. If you're watching, I want you to watch with new eyes, like you haven't seen me before. And I want you to know this. Don't chase the money. Add value, and the money will chase you. Let me say it again. Don't chase the money. Add value, and the money will chase you. And it's hard to do that. It was many times I had to pay the mortgage. I didn't have the money. My water's been cut off, and I was chasing the money. My car's been repossessed, chasing the money. I was single and then married and then divorced and then single again and then married and then divorced because I was chasing the money, trying to make the business work. Yeah, I was responsible for the marriages. I probably wasn't a good example because it's my fault, by the way. So I take full responsibility. But on my third marriage, I'm very, very, very happy, by the way. So I married a high school sweetheart of my love. And I'm very, very happy to be married to Carla. And it's super amazing. Okay, so let me say that. But let's get back to you. It's not about me. It's about you. Selling is about service. So let me share our creed with you. Let me share our motto with you. Because it's my belief that when you serve, when we educate, when we lead, and when we inspire, the rewards follow. So it's not about making the money. It's about making a difference. Put that down in your notes. It's not about making the money. It's about making a difference. And at CEO Sales Huddle, our creed is we believe that selling equals service, and we live it with every fiber of our being. We solve more problems. We serve more people, we make more sales, we impact more lives. It's our way of life, and it's incredible. So I'm going to encourage you to embrace selling equals service. I want to share this with you. And this is how we're going to close. I mean, I'll probably do this every time. I'm not sure, but it's so important to me. It's what I share and I sell myself. And I've been saying it for years, but I'm going to share it with you right now. And then we're going to get out of here. Let me see, make sure I do this correctly. Hopefully I will. Shay Brown. Well, that didn't work out right. So let me go back here. Thought I put this up here. Let me see. Maybe it's here. Now it's here. Now it's here. There we go. Okay. I'm close than I was before. Okay. I think I'm getting pretty good. This is good. They tell me I'm doing pretty good. All right. Here we go. I think this is it here. There we go. Okay. This is our creed. This is our mantra. This is what I want to share with you as we close out the CEO Sales Huddle today. And it's something that I believe. And I want you to repeat after me because I want to encourage you to embrace selling. I believe that selling equals service. I solve more problems. I serve more people. I sell more services. I impact more lives. Now, I want you to repeat after me. I want you to say this. If you want a copy of this, you can just DM me and say, Shay, I believe selling equals service. If you're out there right now, seeing something special, we did a whole segment on this. There's no cost, no credit card needed, none of that, no opt-in. Just DM me. I believe selling equals service. Just go right now to my Instagram at I am Shay Brown, and just type those words. I believe selling equals service. Now, that's our creed. Now, I'm going to send you this, and you'll get a copy of something you can share with your team. You can put it on your phone. You can hang it in your office. But we're going to repeat it now because I believe this so much that I'm dedicating a whole segment to this, and I know we're in what I call overtime. So we're in CEO overtime right now. That means I went over the 15 minutes. But don't worry. We're getting better. We're going to get better tomorrow. This is only episode number 2. Hang in there with me. Here we go. Repeat after me. I believe. Now, when I say I believe, you say I believe. So I believe selling equals service. I solve more problems. I serve more people. I sell more services. I impact more lives. Oh, isn't that great? Doesn't that feel good? Let me say it again. I want you to repeat after me. I believe selling equals service. I solve more problems. I serve more people. I sell more services. I impact more lives. So it's never about the money. It's about the impact. The impact that we make on all the lives, the impact that we do when we have the money. Money helps us have more meaning in the world. You have more money, you can have more meaning. You can do more. When you have more income, you can just have more impact. And something that my good friend Dr. Delator McNeil taught me almost 15 years ago, I think it is, at least 13 years ago now. I think it was like 2015, 14, when I was at Full Throttle, is he said these words. You can make $1 in a difference at the same time. He added, come on, somebody, after that. But he said, you can make $1 in a difference at the same time. And I've held on to that, and that's now elevated into this whole selling equals service. So I close with that. Selling equals service. I close that you are an amazing CEO. You're incredible. You're doing a big difference in the world. You show up at the CEO Sales Huddle, not because you don't know. You show up because you want more sales faster. You want to be part of an accountability group, and you're looking for consistency in your sales cycle. So we'll talk about that later. Today was about sales indicators, but we'll talk about the different 5 pillars on other episodes. Thank you for joining. If you haven't already, go over to YouTube, hit the subscribe button. If you haven't already, follow and let's connect. You can see me, but I can't see you. So go over to Instagram. That's my jam. I am Shay Brown. And let's connect so I can see you. If your LinkedIn that's your jam, then go to LinkedIn and type in I am Shay Brown. Shay Brown will pop up and connect with me. And now I can see what you're doing and you can see what I'm doing. And one of our 12 rules for life, and I got to go, but one of our 12 rules for life, I know I'm on overtime. They're telling me, Shay, you're on overtime. One of our 12 rules for life is that collaboration crushes competition. Collaboration crushes competition. So let's connect. Let's stay in this. Let's do some amazing things together. And then I'll close with this and we're out. I promise you. But it's in my heart. It's in my spirit. And I just want to share it with you. I believe selling equals service. And you can repeat after me. I believe selling equals service. I solve more problems. I serve more people. I sell more services. I impact more lives. Thank you for joining CEO Sales Huddle. We're in overtime. I appreciate you. I'll see you at the CEO Huddle tomorrow. Go back over here. Make sure I close this thing out right. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm getting better, but don't worry. I'm a CEO still learning as well. Connect with me over at Instagram. I'll talk to you later. God bless. Keep doing God's work. We're out. See you tomorrow. I can't wait. Peace, everybody. We out.